This is a typical news story.
And this is a typical comment section on a typical news story.
Storytelling has always been a social art, and news is no different. But with so many people talking about a story, it's hard to keep track of the conversation, and usually it's happening across Twitter, Facebook, and every other social media platform out there.
We want to fix that problem and make sense of the noisy conversation about a news story because we think readers are really valuable to a news operation, and we want to use that value to make news stories more interesting and more valuable to the people that read them. How do we do this, you ask?
Good question. Our solution uses the unique URL of a story to scrape social media posts for comments about a specific story. Once we find a comment, whether it be a Facebook post, tweet, or otherwise, we'll bring that comment back to the story where the conversation started, linking back to the original poster, of course.
By doing this, we show all of our readers the interesting points and witty commentary that people are sharing about the story they just read without having to do the work of searching for the comments on your own. We think that this will jumpstart the conversation in dead comment sections and provide a centralized place for conversations to happen.
We also recognize that bringing in more comments from social media is only one part of the multi-step solution. Once we get more people participating in the conversation at the bottom of a story, we want to reward the readers who are involved and valuable to the conversation. We think the 80% of your interaction will come from 20% of your readers adage rings true, and we want to thank those readers by allowing them to become a part of the story they're reading. By volunteering their demographic information like occupation, income, location, hobbies, etc.
When a reporter writes a story about the water crisis in Flint or Snowmageddon in DC, they'll be able to reach out to readers in those areas, people who will probably be reading the story once it's completed anyway.
We like to call these sources top commenters, and they can be incorporated into the story like any other source would be, but we think there's value in placing them in the spotlight and giving real value to their voices.
We want readers more than ever to feel like they're a part of the stories they're reading, but we know that some readers may be reluctant to hand over their personal information. In order to combat this hesitation, we think that we can offer them a trade.
Lots of publications have premium content or sit behind a paywall. We think in exchange for entering demographic information, you can give a reader trial access to this content. Not only do they get to be more involved in the stories they read, they also get access to more content. It's a win-win for everyone.
If a news outlet doesn't have premium or subscription content, behind-the-scenes content, Q&As with reporters, and display priority in the comments section are all options as well.
Now, I bet you're wondering how we're going to pay for all this innovation. Well, we've actually already told you about it. The source database that's built is not only a tool for improving stories and engaging readers, it's also a valuable collection of reader data. This is really valuable information to a newsroom to have, but it also makes selling advertising easier. Advertisers love hyper-specific consumer information, so newsrooms with a flourishing source database can expect a sizable bump in ad revenue.
This solution to the problem of audience engagement is relatively simple, but thorough. It's going to make online editors happy, and it won't draw any additional guff from an outlet's accountants. This will pay for itself in no time.
So, let's summarize. To promote colorful dialogue surrounding news stories, we're going to aggregate conversation from social media and make native comment sections much more attractive by offering readers a slate of benefits. It won't be expensive, it won't be complex, and it'll turn news websites into a place where readers are heard rather than just spoken to.